karate gi. Take a look in my eyes, see what I see. I wish I had a time machine. Yeah, it gotta be take two. They was blowing my phone up, but I'm trying to give y'all some inspiration and shit. Shit be so weird. But either way, just give y'all some words. Just gonna give y'all some words, man. I'm crazy. So the word I wanna say is, delayed gratification. Delayed gratification is what this is right here. Nothing more, nothing less. It's delayed gratification right here. Nothing more, nothing less. When I'm just looking at this and when I get up in the morning, this when I feel it the most. Before I talk to anybody, before I encounter anybody's energy, before I feel any type of way, this is where I feel it most. My delayed gratification, my my thankfulness, my understanding that I did do a lot and I've been through a lot. And it's like nobody could take that away. And it actually, I remember times when I had food stamps. I remember times when I had to rely on people that I really couldn't trust to get things done. I remember I had to rely on people that I really couldn't trust to get certain things done that I had to get done. So a lot of people say, yo, how did you get here? What helped you get here? A lot of people say, what helped you get here? What was it? What was the determining factor? I'll be like, I didn't do what I wanted to do. I didn't do what was right. I did what I had to do. You dig what I'm saying? I did what I had to do. My bad, y'all know how it is when y'all leaving your house. It's like it disconnects from the Wi-Fi. But what I want to tell y'all, though, the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is because a lot of people think that everything has to be right, that your friend circle got to be perfect, that your bank account got to be perfect, your credit score, it got to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Your execution, your education, everything got to be perfect. But no, the only thing that has to be perfect is that you perfectly understand that this shit is not going to happen overnight. You perfectly understand that regardless of whatever happens, it don't matter how many people try to get in your way, how many things that come in the, forks come in the road, how many times you feel like you're not going to be able to get through to it, you still got to get through. You still got to keep going. You still got to keep going. You still got to keep going. And then you're going to look up, right? You're going to look up, and then shit is going to start falling in your lap, because you got to understand that regardless is, you're not going to quit. You're not going to give up. You are going to get the delayed gratification. So what I want y'all to get is this. I remember when I thought that I was thinking the same way a lot of y'all think. A lot of y'all think that like, oh yeah, I'm going to start doing this business venture when my credit get perfect. When I started, my credit was not perfect. My credit was a 490. When I started, I had a 490 credit score. So I had to build that up as I was going. I was making money as I was going. right? So I didn't have nothing to show for my skill set. When I was going to talk to people, the only reason people would mess with me is because I was confident in myself. I didn't have much to show for it. So just think about this. When I first had one rental car, before I got two, people had to ask me, do you got more? And I said, I got some more coming. Let me get your phone number. Let me get your first name, last name, email address. And whenever I got my new cars, I'm going to send you any different deals your way. This is me speaking when I had a Jeep Wrangler. Then I had a Challenger. Then I had a Tesla. Then I had an i8, right? I only was working with like 4. Then when I got another Jeep Wrangler. So the thing about it is, all of that time, my credit, my bank account, none of that stuff is popping yet. None of it was popping. None of it was popping. I had a little bit of money in the bank, but none of it was popping. I couldn't miss a day where cars didn't go out, because then I wouldn't be able to handle the car notes. Then I wouldn't be able to handle my rent. I couldn't handle my bills. You know what I mean? And I was still actively dating at the time, so I wouldn't be able to take out chicks on dates. I literally wouldn't be able to live for real. That's what I was trying to tell y'all about yesterday. But even though that was the case, I still was going for it, and I knew that I was 100% confident. I knew I was 100% confident. You know what I mean? One of my i8s crashed. My first i8 that I had crashed, boom. It crashed when I only had it for like a month. I didn't even have it for a month. I had it for like 2.5 weeks. It crashed. 2.5 weeks, my first i8 crashed. 2.5 weeks. I had my i8 for 2.5 weeks and that bitch crashed. This is my first time having a car note over $1,000. My car note, $1,000 a month. Insurance included, $200, $1,200 a month. $1,200 a month. I never had a car note like that before. I'm jumping from a $400 car note, then I jumped straight up to a $600 because my Tesla was $600 a month, and then my i8 was $1,000. I was getting them cars no money down off the lot after I got my credit up. I got my credit up, no money down off the lot. I said, I'm going to rent them out just like I'm renting out my Jeep Wrangler I started with. $1,200 a month, my i8 crashed. My shit crashed. And now once it crashed, I could have gave up right there. I could have gave up right there. I could have gave up right there at that very moment. But guess what happened? Instead of me giving up, I stayed steadfast on my shit. I said, nah, it's still gonna work. I don't care. So I went and got an Audi. Partnered up with somebody, got me an Audi. Right? I partnered up with somebody. I learned about the joint ventures. I partnered up with somebody and got me an Audi A7. I partnered up with somebody, got an Audi A7. Started renting that boy out. It's doing great. Partnered up with somebody and got another i8. So now I got another i8 to replace the other i8, and I got an Audi A7. Right? So now I got an i8, Audi A7, Tesla, Jeep Wrangler, and I got my other Jeep Wrangler that I had before. I got them cars going. And then guess what happens? Guess what happens after that? My Audi A7 gets stolen from Target. My Audi A7 gets stolen from Target, yo. I was finished with a rental. It was done. Car sitting there at Target. These dudes come through with a machine that I never seen before. Stand next to the car. They pop the locks. All of the doors open. The trunk open too. They get in the car. They take off. Gone. Audi A7 stolen. Fresh on the scene. Only was a month in. I just got it painted. I just got the calipers painted baby blue. I could have gave up right there. It wasn't perfect. I didn't know the game. I didn't have a mentor. Right? I didn't have a mentor. I didn't know the game. So let me tell you the lessons I learned right there. Once I didn't have everything perfect. Let me tell you what I learned. What I learned was how to do an insurance claim and a depreciation of value claim for my i8 getting smacked. My i8 got smacked. I learned how to do a insurance claim, and then I learned how to do a diminished value claim. I learned what liability insurance was. I learned what collision insurance was. I learned what comprehensive was just by this one thing happening to me. So I took advantage of me not being experienced. I took advantage of me not knowing anything. I took advantage of me not having a mentor, and I learned from that mistake. So now I know when my car get into an accident, how to do a diminished value claim and get paid from an accident, even though we don't want it. Right? So now, like I said, my Audi A7 got stolen. My Audi A7 got stolen. I learned what happens when you do a police report after a car gets stolen if it's not in your name. Because remember, y'all, I told y'all that I had to get a partner for the Audi A7. I got a partner for the Audi A7. Shit got stolen. Try to make a police report. Police ain't going to do shit. They ain't going to look for it. And they won't let you make the report if the car not in your name. I learned a whole bunch of lessons right there. So I learned when I need to call the police. Also, I learned when do I need to have trackers, because I ain't know where the fuck my car went. So I learned about trackers. I learned about kill switch trackers. I learned about everything. So now I'm learning from my mistakes, so I ain't have no mentor. So a lot of people think that I had it all together out the gate. I was not ready. I was not prepared. But the only thing I knew was that I was going to keep going. I didn't have a whole lot of money. I didn't have a whole lot of credit. But I made sense with what I had. So I had food stamps, yo. So guess what happened? I learned them lessons. I learned how to. So guess what? My Audi A7 gets stolen. We get it fully covered. It gets fully covered from insurance. Despite whatever. We pop back around. I got to replace those cars. Because remember, I told you I had to do a diminished value claim. Do a diminished value claim on the I-8. They give me $25,000. First time I ever got a lump sum of $25,000 before in my life. So this is my first time getting $25,000 cash in my hand. I never even felt it. So they fixed my I-8. My I-8 is back on the road. I-8 number 1 is back on the road. I told you I had a partner for I-8 number 2. So we got I-8 number 1 on the road. It's doing about 6-7K a month. I got another I-8 number 2. It's doing 6-7K a month. And I got $25,000 cash. And I got $25,000 cash. Right? So I'm making $7K a month off one I-8. I'm making another $7K. That's $14,000 a month. I got $25,000 lump sum. I also had that Jeep Wrangler going out. I also had my Tesla going out, making about $6K a month, both of those cars. So as you can see, I slowly but gradually got myself in the game. And then I didn't stop. I learned from all of my mistakes, didn't make the same mistake twice. And then I built my flay up slowly but surely into a 7-figure business. If you think I didn't build it up to a 7-figure business, that's how I bought my house. I bought my house with a business bank statement loan that y'all just seen me leave from. Out the mansion I just left. I just left out of the mansion. I just showed y'all my Bentley. I just showed y'all my lamb. I just showed y'all my sign. I just showed y'all my arcade. $1.3 million house. I bought that from a business bank statement loan from my rental car business. From my rental car business. Using bank statements from my rental car business. You feel me? So I slowly but surely was not perfect. I did not know everything when I came in the rental car game. I didn't know much. The first time I ever seen $25,000 in my hand was when I did that diminished value claim for an accident. So I had the $25,000 plus the $7,000 plus the $7,000 plus the $6,000 plus the $6,000 a month. And I took that money, yo. I took that money I had because remember, y'all, I told y'all that I had this Prius. I had my Prius that I was driving Uber in, right? The motherfucker was picking up cobwebs. My Prius was picking up cobwebs, yo. So I take my Prius, right? I take my Prius and I give it to this dude. His name was Dorian. This is my first rental on the Prius. I gave it to this. I got it cleaned. I put in these leather seat covers, and I gave it to this dude named Dorian. And he wanted to use it for work. He said he had a trucking company, Da-da-da-da. He wanted to have unlimited miles. He wanted to drive it everywhere. I gave it to this dude, Dorian. This dude, Dorian, kept that shit for 9 months. My Prius. So now I understand that people will keep these cars for long periods of time. So I understand the economy car play. I'm understanding the economy car play. My boy Dorian proved it to me. So I also had a Ford Fusion Hybrid. I went and bought a Ford Fusion Hybrid. And I did the same thing with that car, economy car play. Nigga kept it for 1.5 years. Right? So now I got 2 people keeping my economy cars. So now I'm understanding I can take that money that I've been getting, that $25K, that $7K a month, that $7K a month, that $6K a month, that $6K a month. And those 2 economy cars, $1,200 a month, $1,200 a month. And I can take that money and I can buy a car cash economy. So I went on Facebook Marketplace. I went on OfferUp. I went on Craigslist. I went to Buy Here, Pay Here's. I went to cash buyer's card. I mean a cash what's it called? A cash buyer's type of fucking I can't think of shit right now. The dealerships that you can pay cash for on Jonesboro Road. I went to on Taro Boulevard. I went to Taro Boulevard in Jonesboro, and I found all of these different cheap ass places where you can buy economy cars for like $2,000-$3,000. And guess how many I bought, y'all? Guess how many I bought? I bought like 8, 9, 10 of them bitches cash. But you want to know why I bought them cash? Because I quickly realized that the cash wasn't shit. I needed cash flowing assets. So I was buying cars for $2,000-$3,000. And what I thought about in my mind was, if I can make my return on investment in 3 months, then I'll own those cars outright. And I'll be able to make $1,200 to $1,400 a month because they be going for months at a time. I make my return on investment in 3 months. Then I own that car outright and I'm making $1,400 a month, no overhead. Because the customer is going to be paying for the gas. I'm going to do the maintenance every 30 days on the car with yourmechanic.com. That's 1 3-point inspection. That shit is $180. And it's an oil change. It's another like $60. So that's nothing every 30 days. So guess what I found out? I could cash flow $1,400 a month off the economy car play, and I went and bought 10 of them. So now my cash flow is over $50,000 a month. Now my cash flow is over $50,000 a month. I'm going to say it again. Now my cash flow is over $50,000 a month. By this time, y'all, my credit is excellent. By this time, my credit is excellent. So now that my credit excellent, I decide I want to start another business. I said, I know how to repair credit. I'm going to start fixing people's credit. So I started my credit repair company. So once I start my credit repair company, I have a large database of people who rent my cars out cash because they have no credit to buy their own cars. So who do you think my first clients were? The hardest thing to find is a new customer. So guess who do you think my first customers were? My first customers were the customers I had for my rental car business who was paying cash for these cars to have them all the time because they don't have their own credit to go buy the economy cars, to go get the i8s, to go get the Audis, to go get the Teslas. So guess what? I'm getting paid $1,500 for a full credit wipe. $1,500 for a full credit wipe. I know my customers got it because they pay me every month. They pay me every week. So I take this credit repair business and I turn that one to a 5-figure business in 1 month. I take that credit repair business and I turn it into a 5-figure business in 1 month. I take that credit repair business and I turn it into a 5-figure business in 1 month. So now I got 2 businesses that's doing dumb. And guess what? I figure out one thing. I don't got the time to be doing people's credit reports. So now I'm going to have to hire staff. By this time, I'm still doing a rental car business by myself. I'm making $50,000 on the rental cars. I'm making more than $12,000 a month on the fucking credit repair, right? I turned it into a 5-figure business in 1 month. So now I need to hire some people. And then guess what I found out after I start hiring people? Guess what I found out after I started hiring people? I found out that after I started hiring people, I made more money. I found out, spoiler alert, I found out, spoiler alert, that by hiring people, I made some more money. I made more money. Let me tell you why. Because now I can reach more people. I can answer more phone calls. I can send out more disputes. I can pick up more cars. I can drop off more cars. I can clean more cars. I can get more things done. 2, I found out that me putting them on payroll, I can actually write it off completely because it's a business expense to have employees. I found out it's a business expense to have more employees. I hire people, I pay them out, and that amount of money that I pay out, I actually receive back because that's a cost of doing business. And I said, well, you goddamn believe it. So now I'm making over what? $80,000 a month. I'm not at $100K a month now. I'm at $80,000 a month in 2 businesses. But that's not enough, is it? $80,000 a month is not enough. $80,000 is not enough for Pushman Mitch. $80,000 a month is not enough for me. Thank you for your testimony. All right, so I got to go ready. Today is Wednesday. It's podcast day. I'll continue the story later, but I just wanted to give y'all some inspiration this morning and some insight because a lot of people see me. They're like, yo, Mitch is rich. Mitch is this. Mitch is that. But they didn't go through this. They didn't go through what I went through. I understood that it wasn't all going to be perfect. I understood that I didn't have everything that I was supposed to have. I didn't come from the right background. I didn't have the right financial literacy. I didn't have the right credit profile. I didn't have the right color of my skin. I didn't have the right friends. I didn't have the right relationships. But the only thing that changed in the story was I met the right people. And when I was making $80,000 a month, they showed me how to make $200,000 a month. They showed me how to make $300,000 a month. And I'm on my way to being able to make $1 million a month. And I know y'all can do the same thing. And y'all going to start with more than I started off with. And y'all smart enough to know that y'all got to get a mentor. So y'all going to be taking it to the next level. So like I said, y'all, if y'all really ready to get spicy, make sure you subscribe to my podcast. Make sure you show your love and screenshot and tag me in your stories. Make sure I'm going to give them for 5 people every day like I do for the people who support me and get on my lives. I give them an opportunity to get my advanced course at a discounted rate of 60% off. So just DM me the word cash ready if you're ready. If you're not, you know what time it is. We good. But I'm about to go record my podcast and much love to everybody. I hope y'all get up and go get it because that's what I had to go do before I got it. And now that I got it, I'm getting more and I'm teaching people how to get to it too. We out of here. You dig? I wish I had a time machine.